On June 24, 2022, 27 women were scheduled for early-term abortions at Alan Braid's clinic in San Antonio, Texas. By the time he opened at 9:00 a.m., they were huddled together, bracing against the roar of bullhorns. "You don't have to go in," activists pleaded. "They murder babies." The women rushed inside and sought shelter in the waiting room. They were filling out forms when a demonstrator burst through the front door. "Roe just got overturned. Abortion is illegal." Texas was among 13 states with criminal prohibitions triggered by the fall of Roe. Moments after the decision came down, Texas's Attorney General announced that the state's 1857 abortion law had been reinstated. That 0-week ban makes it a first-degree felony to end a pregnancy that doesn't threaten a woman's life. It says that anyone who administers either drug or medicine to procure an abortion shall be confined in the penitentiary. In fact, Texas had barred abortion 9 months earlier while Roe was still good law. The state's Heartbeat Act, known as SB 8, levied civil fines on anyone who has a hand in facilitating an abortion. SB 8 deputized ordinary citizens to enforce this ban in court with the promise of a generous cash payout. The idea originated with a Texas pastor in the early 1990s who published manuals that urged abortion opponents to become spies for life. SB 8 applies at any point after cardiac activity can be detected, before some women know that they're pregnant. 5 days after SB 8 went into effect in September 2021, Braid published an op-ed in the Washington Post entitled, "Why I Violated Texas's Extreme Abortion Ban." The 76-year-old confessed to having ended a woman's pregnancy beyond the state's limit. His essay described the moral duty that committed Braid to provide that essential part of women's health care to this patient, like so many others who tell him they're finishing school or find themselves in an abusive relationship that they fear they'd be trapped in forever if they were forced to give birth. For Braid, providing an abortion to these patients is a matter of conscience. This conviction goes back to his days as a junior resident in July 1972. In those 6 months before Roe v. Wade, Braid saw 3 teenagers die from self-induced measures that they'd taken to end their pregnancies after state bans had outlawed safe abortion care from a licensed professional.